still, Friday, December 17th, I went for a walk after my sessions this morning. Just to like try to do a reset. It helped for sure. It helped. And it's funny, the theme so far in the day about secrets. Secrets. And transparency within ourselves, with others. And so that was the theme. And what do you do when you have this awareness, right? How do you respond when you get caught in something? How do you respond when you find something out and have yet to confront the other person? Or yourself, right? This denial of transparency with yourself, being honest with yourself of what you're wanting and then what you're settling for, right? What you settle for. So my walk was going great. I went with I always find reasons to go out, right? Sometimes I'll delay. Like I like when I forget things because I'm like, okay, great, I can come back walking into the store and get it on another day. Another excuse to just walk. So I had already planned. I was gonna go buy some of the dandelion chocolate to share with the family. And I passed by the store, the actual shop itself. I think it's off of Valencia. And they had all of the big like bundles, which are nice and dandy, right? I'm not at the position where I can purchase some of those yet. But I knew I wanted to take a few bars home for them to taste, to savor. And so there's a little shop where I know they sell them. So that was my destination. And there had been this man outside, collecting signatures. I'd seen him before and I just ignore him. When it comes to stuff like that, you're just mindful of what you're signing, even though it's just to collect signatures. Like, well, what are you collecting signatures for, right? And it's politics. I'm in the middle when it comes to politics, right? So his little initial spiel, right? You could tell it's repetitive, right? You get used to what you're saying. Oh, help homeless people have homes and resources, and it sounded all nice and dandy. And I decided to take a moment just because I happened to have a little bit of time to hear him out. I thought, let me just hear him out. And I started feeling like this guy's gonna be pushy. So I asked him to tell me about it, and he's doing his little spiel again. I'm reading it, and then all of a sudden I'm reading that it says something about sports wagering. So I'm like, what's this? So I pointed to it, right? He's like, oh, it's sports wagering. That's blah, 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 how we're going to do it. And I'm like, you didn't mention that before. So at that point, he got a little nervous. And so at that point I decided, the moment I felt that he was nervous, I pulled back. I was just like, oh no, you're not telling me the whole story here, right? Which happens to be when you're dealing with politics. And so I said, do you have a handout or anything I can read? And then I'll come back, because I've seen you here before, so I'll just go back. Well, I'm telling you about it right now. I'm like, do you have a handbook? Like, great. Like, clearly, you telling me about it isn't working. Hence why I'm asking for a pamphlet. And then I see that it has like a little website on the link at the top. And I said, well, let me take a picture of this so I can look into it. And then I'll come back. And he's like, you're just saying, I'm like, I get it. Right? And he wouldn't let it go. And his tactic switched. He started using manipulation. And at that point I didn't appreciate it anymore. And you can tell, I can sense the desperation in his voice. I was just like, I was gonna go in the store. Thank you. Oh, you're just gonna let homeless people die? I'm like, whoa, how did we get to homeless people dying? So I was just like, okay, thank you. And I just walked away. And it's just like, I wonder, right, what else he was hiding. And just this, just thinking about this whole transparency thing, this whole journey, right, and being transparent with everything. And just thinking about what MG said in one of her mornings, the opposite of love is indifference. The opposite of love is indifference. Not hate, but no, it's not the opposite of love. Not indifference. Indifference is what, if you don't, it can go either way and you don't care. The opposite of love is hate. And then it made me just somewhere in the middle, right? Somewhere in the middle. Made me think of Gary. And although we don't correspond as much now, got distracted with our own stuff, I sent him an email. And I asked him a question. It's funny, I thought about it after he responded. That even though we're not corresponding, I'm still learning from him. In the email, the way he writes his emails, the way he's careful with his words. This thing about being careful with your words. So I asked him a question. He didn't answer yes or no. He didn't answer yes or no. His answer was different, and I saw that. And I was just like, he didn't answer yes or no. And then it made me think about this fire sign from the past also. And how careful he was with his words. And then even just how I'm somewhat careful. I say somewhat because, people want you to be real with them when I'm in session with my clients. And in this balance of being completely transparent, but in a way where it allows space for the other person to still come to their own conclusion without being too pushy, right? But without withholding too much. It was nice to go outside. It was nice to be outside. The sun was nice. It was nice and fresh and crisp. And then realizing that a lot of the kids are off today because it's Friday. It's vacation, right? And just the life in the park again was nice to see. So, anyways, that's what happened on my walk. And I'm gonna get ready. I'm gonna eat something before my next client and try to catch up with what I need to do and take advantage that I'm not in a rush to leave on Sunday anymore. Yeah. That was all. Hi, my name name is Yubi, and in case you haven't figured it out, this footage is capturing my experience as I learn to navigate my personal spiritual awakening. I am learning that this experience is unique to each one of us, in whatever way we believe we are embracing living our truth. This just happens to be my journey. And despite me having a graduate degree and a license in clinical social work, this by no means is intended to replace any type of mental health advice. This is just me on a personal level, documenting my experience, shedding light on the truth that I am learning and discovering for myself, and really inviting you along for the ride. If by some magical chance you find this content to be helpful in any way, shape, or form, please click the like button, share the message, subscribe to my YouTube channel. I have an Instagram account, a personal one, and one specifically for this channel that you're more than welcome to check out. I'm an open book. I have also created t-shirt designs. I'm wearing my favorite one right now, which is the North Node design, but I have that and other things that you can look at inspired by this process and journey, and I have the link in the description box as well as in the about section of my YouTube channel. So you're more than welcome to check those items out. Any type of support is great. Again, if you find this content really helpful or meaningful, sometimes when we take that step and be vulnerable, with showing what's inside our hearts and what's really our truth, we realize that we're much more connected than what we thought we were. And so I hope that as I'm living this experience and that you find some type of truth for yourself, or find some type of ability to heal in some way just by relating, just by knowing that you're not alone. That really has been my goal with this process, not just being able to connect with others, but really for my own healing. It's definitely been a therapeutic experience and a very creative one for myself. So I thank you, and I wish you all the best, and we'll see what else comes next for me.